Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm missing something up there. Damn. I'm missing actually a few handfuls of some things around these maps. I wonder where. I know this one I'm missing right here is just like... The one I missed over here is just a power bomb thing, I think. Interesting, but also... Something like that. There we go. Honestly, don't know what VSync does, but I'm hoping it, like, fixes the weird frame issues I'm having. My god, the latest Final Fantasy XIV expansion, Samus Returns. What is with the frame rate right now? Why is it so bad? Am I going crazy? Is this like Pizza Tower, where I have to like switch it, and then sometimes it decides to start functioning again? Maybe so. I just can't get over just the fact that there's like a Final Fantasy 13-2, honestly. Like, I don't know, you can't make a game title that's funnier than that, I think. But also welcome to the stream. Yeah, Final Fantasy X-2 is also a funny game too. Funny title too. What is here? Looks like there's a whole different path over there, but I don't know what. I wonder what I'm missing over here, right in the center of the screen underneath where I would get the various suit. I'm going back there just because I simply... It's still the start of the stream. That's where I do the less interesting things. This is just flat out not the right direction. I wonder if there's gonna be like some designated backtracking area later on, because certain things just don't make sense. I do like how they kept the thought that like the morph ball does seem to still be the fastest form of movement. I'm pretty sure. Oh, right. What am I doing? This is literally an upgrade that's in the original game. How did I miss that? Shame on me. Of course that would be there. Honestly, this morph ball feels very nice to use. Very smooth. It goes. It's. I may be just spoiled by this because the morph ball in Metroid 2 has a bit of an issue with just where if it bounces, if it goes more than one, if you drop more than one square tile, Samus bounces with it, and then when you bounce, you lose like roughly a quarter of a second from just really slow bouncing speed. But this version doesn't have this, so you can just kind of land smoothly and drop down. I bounced slightly there, but it's nowhere near as like horrible as like with Samus, as like with Return of Samus. Like it's probably like a quarter as bad. Hold up. Damn. I see suspiciously like solid tile on the wall. I realize like, oh, it has to be bombable, right? I want to see something. Because you do get a lot more energy to toy with. There's no way... there's no way they actually have it work like the original game, but I'm still curious. Because the original game does have lava sequence breaks. Technically. Ah. Yo, that makes sense. The game does have lava sequence breaks with the asterisk of it. The weird thing about Metroid 2 is that due to the programming in the game, you can't sequence break it. Like the thing with Samus Returns is that no matter what, ultimately you have to get the win condition to beat the game, and the win condition from beating this game is that you have to have 47 Metroids dead, and you have to touch a missile expansion. Or, not a missile expansion, a missile refuel. Hence why, like, when you go to your ship, at the very end, there's a missile refuel in there. So even if you were to kill all 47 Metroids, or, even if you were to kill the Metroid Queen, you'd still have to kill the other 46 Metroids in the game and touch a missile refuel for the game to actually register as, like, beaten. Which means that, like, you can't actually sequence break Samus. You can't actually sequence break the original Return of Samus in any way that matters. Because, you know, everything is still hard-coded. It's honestly really fascinating that they would do it like that. A lot of games don't really have things programmed to be like that strict with its win conditions. God, these things are annoying. The knockback really doesn't have to be that bad. Okay. You're annoying, but you're not as annoying as the other Metroid. You're not as annoying as the original Zeta Metroids before you know what to do with the originals, but you're still pretty annoying. Damn. It took everything from me. my free energy refill, my extra energy tank from going on the ceiling. Killed that one. That just means there's that one Zeta Metroid over down here, and then the Alpha Metroid that's a bit further upwards. These ones are pretty fun. It's nice how you can actually, like, use the missile to kind of... you can fire a missile at it, and if it's at the proper angle, you can follow up by hitting it with, like, a super missile afterwards. Kind of just confirming the hit. It's like some fighting game or something, I don't know. Oh no, this doesn't look good. God, the knockback on these things is just disgusting. Like, isn't it bad enough that I have to fight you? Why do you... Die. I know you're gonna die. Annoying. Mario Tag, welcome. How's it going? It's going alright. Not a big fan of the Zeta designs, but... Is this one gonna get power bombs, or am I getting gravity suit here? This seems like a very gravity suit-ish area, but I'm gonna save first because I don't know what's up here. It can't be anything more dangerous than is, you know, earlier in this area, but I just personally don't really feel like fighting that Metroid again. Hmm. This seems foreboding. New boss is alright. Okay, this is definitely where I get power bombs. It's the design rhythms of like, oh man, these bombs are so annoying. These bomb blocks are so annoying. If only I had something to cut through them instantly. And then like the power bomb expansion flying and like Mercy and that fucking one gif of Overwatch. Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm not even bothering killing these things. They don't have anything for me. Elevator? Hello? This is awfully menacing because suddenly this is turning into being more traditional Metroid feeling. Or almost feeling like Metroid Fusion. So, like, it's a very interesting, like, design swap. I'll be fine. Okay, I'm guessing by your thing, you probably there's something funny here, but make sure you don't spoil anything or get too obvious with it. Am I gonna find X parasites or something? That would be funny, but... Surely it can't. Surely nothing bad will happen if I lay one in this room. Ah, okay. Ah, okay. Interesting. Easy. I was expecting something bigger, I guess. I was expecting something more, like, horror-ish, I guess? But this is pretty fun. I'm not using my power bomb until I get to the final room. God, I gotta say, this thing is awfully unreliable for breaking blocks. Do you mind? Not really that far away, so... I thought you can see the thing, like, creeping up at the last moments. Oh. I'm guessing that's scripted, but that's awfully funny. I did most everything to the best of my ability, so I'm pretty sure... You can definitely see it, like creeping up on the last, like, few seconds. I'm like, I don't know about that. Whatever, I'm fine. It's either scripted or that happens if you cut it close enough, so... Either way, it's funny. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, there's another power door. Or power bomb door back there. One thing I do like about this is that the game is very generous with giving you heals and stuff, so, okay. This is this room. So, like, while I don't like the lack of checkpoints, at least the game does give you a lot of nice places to start from. Meanwhile, in the original, if you don't have enough energy, there are a couple points where you would have to go back, like, not enough energy or, like, missiles especially. 8 Metroids detected in the area? Hello? I don't think that's normal. Is this just a fully original area? I scan the troopers sometimes, but I'm not too concerned about them, honestly. I'm more concerned about the gameplay. Oh, you are annoying. Well, I'm definitely interested by the thought of there being a different area. I'm not a fan of these things, though. I love that I can't really do much about them. Okay. Gravity suit, got it. The last one was an accident, but... Oh, interesting. You also can't morph... You also can't spider ball underwater. No real reason for that, but like... God, fuck these things. Annoying ass design. Whatever. God, the water is very, very, very aggressively slow. Like, it feels like weirdly slower than other Metroid games, but I'm not sure if it's just like an illusion because the game's so fast-paced in general. I don't know what I was expecting, but... Okay, I do know what I was expecting. It's just that sometimes, usually in Metroid 2, you get to the good stuff after like going through the building once, so usually that's why the speedrun has you like kind of either go through the building or skip going through the building. Okay. Whoever played... I have a feeling that whoever played this game really likes bullet hells. Between that and, like, the circle boss. I'm not really sure it fits this game, but... I've got to be honest, I just don't like... I don't like I mean this with, like, any game. I don't like it when games toy with your invincibility frames. Your invincibility frames are knockbacks. That's, like, one of my biggest pet peeves for some video games. Like, it feels like you're messing with something that's sacred. Like, I don't know, that's just annoying. This area seems very weird. Interesting. Hi Reshi, welcome to the stream. Hope everything's going alright. I'm glad to see you around. Oh, those things. Okay, that makes sense now. Fascinating. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, okay. Okay, so judging by the animation, I'm guessing that just like opened up a bunch of stuff around the map for me to use. I'm sick of these things. I'm so fucking sick of them. Why do they do that much damage? Annoying. Oh, hello. I'm not liking my chances here, but like... Stop stalling! Come on. It's almost impossible to jump over those things. Fuck this. Annoying. Like, every time you encounter those things, it's almost impossible to jump over them cleanly without, like, getting incurred knockback from them, which ends up going into another hit. This game's starting to fall off a little bit for me, but I'm having fun so far. Alright. Maybe I'm just getting a bit too upset, but... I will say it's an interesting way for them to incorporate backtracking into this by having it like via like this system of things that only gets like transported to certain areas. Ah, okay. At least they EMP those freaking annoying bullet hell enemies. It's interesting design, but that's a lot tighter of a jump than it really looks. Oh, EMP's your, like, gun. But unfortunately, once you get hit by it once, you pretty much are destined to get hit again. Like it's bad enough that I landed on you. Do I really need to get punished even harder? honestly kind of fuck this fight. Like, yep, I'm definitely having fun with this. Alright. There we go. Maybe I'm too bitter, but at the very least, like, bless my family that aren't watching this right now. My dad also gets upset at stuff, but he just simply gives up, and I always get super frustrated talking to him, and he's just like, I don't like Metroid Dread, and also I just simply didn't beat it. I'm just like, how do you, like, what do you mean you're criticizing this game so hard when you wouldn't even, like, try and engage with the main features of it? Like, you just said they're bad, but you didn't even, like, play the game to completion. And that guy always drives me crazy about it. Like, he didn't even, like, get to, like, he's just like, oh, the enemy parries are hard. I'm like, yeah, that's why you remember them. That's why you, like, engage. See, the reason I don't like things like this is because there's not really much remembering you can do. It's just, yep, if you triggered that, I guess you'd suffer. Well, I guess you could use this, so probably not the worst, but it's still a little bit annoying. But, like, I just think it's baffling that you can just, like, watch a game, like, a gameplay video and go, like, I think this is bad game design when you didn't even, like, play the game. And that's what my dad did with Metroid Dread. And I always just kind of have to grit my teeth and go, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. Your opinion is delusional and wrong, but I guess you're entitled to it. Like, I'm very prone to getting upset at things, because I just simply am not wired to take loss very well. But I always find it funny when, like, to just watch somebody say that something is bad, even when they just are not paying attention to tells and everything. Which sometimes that's me, I guess, but, like my dad's like, oh, Metroid Dread is so bad. I'm just like, are you paying attention to the bosses? Are you paying attention to the things they do that are consistent? That always mean that they will do X thing afterwards? Because, like, every boss in Metroid Dread does that, and it's always just so funny to me. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, well, fuck me, I guess. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want to see if I would just instantly die from this room. I'm pretty sure if you just stood in the middle of this room and didn't do anything, I think you would just actually die. Okay, maybe. Okay, that's nice. I guess there is also the point of mentioning. There is also the point of sometimes if you have something that's annoying, an annoying mechanic, then it'll feel more satisfying when you actually do get the thing that instantly resolves it and you don't ever have to worry about it anymore. So there's something to that. Interesting. I'm guessing those are like some kind of gravity suit check. Oh. I saw that, but... I wonder if I'm gonna get the thing that resolves this, too. I see. I see. I'm clearly going somewhere I'm not supposed to be, but that's the exact way, baby. It would be hilarious if I got myself soft locked, but I don't think that's gonna happen. The real answer is I'm probably gonna find Metroids down here that I'm not capable of handling. I think that's genuinely the correct answer. But we'll see. Of course, it could also just be that I simply do not have the tools to progress any further. Alright, gamer. Unfortunately, I think that is all I can do down here, which is perfectly understandable. Unless I'm just gonna give this one last check. Yeah, okay. That's perfectly understandable. Oh, Morphball jumps over that pretty easily. Nice. Though I am kind of curious, what is this path's whole thing? If I can just get past that wall with gravity suit, is there some other thing that I'm gonna need to get? Let's see. It doesn't seem like it. I think I have almost everything in the game, so. Five? Well, that's all the Metroids here then, so I guess I just leave for now? It doesn't sound right, but I mean, it might be? There has to be backtracking then, because this area can't be fully resolved without gravity suit. Yeah, it might be the ice beam, maybe, but like, it's either something that can, you know, like push through that for free, or When's the last time I saved? Sure. No, this surely isn't. This surely isn't like suspicious. I see. Okay, that's just the EMP zone. Interesting. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's any other way around that. Hello. Ooh, it's a gravity suit, I think. I will say that's kind of a sick way to get the upgrade. Like, that's something I've never seen before, but like that is pretty awesome. Samus, please, I swear to God. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do it. Never mind. I will say there is something about the puzzles in this game that don't feel particularly Metroid to me. But at the same time, they are fun, so... a different path. Oh, it's actually the backside of the building. I was actually thinking this would be one of the buildings that doesn't have a backside, but... And I don't have any power bombs for that. Oh, it's embarrassing. Okay, where can I get some power bombs? Oh, probably here. I'm so glad that this refills power bombs too. wonder what percentage is. It got 65%. I'm missing a fair amount of items, but at the same time, I don't really think I need many more items. I do really want the item that's over in that other room, but I can always come back around for it. I would stand better to just... More? What the hell is with this room? Hello? Is this just like a backtracking room? Yeah, it seems so. Honestly surprised I missed this upgrade too. This is also something that's supposed to be on just the standard route of the game. That's probably why I missed it. What's up there, actually? Obviously, if I could have gotten it before, I would have. So, must be something that I just couldn't get to. What do you mean I can't kill these up? Okay. Wait, there's probably an easier solution to this. Okay, I'm not really interested in sticking around here for too long. But there's maybe one or two different areas I'm kind of curious over what to... Let's see. I do like how these things were kind of hidden in plain sight. It is giving Zero Mission level design. Oh, come on. This is giving a feeling that I could only describe as, like, golf game. I see. Ugh, glad I got through that the first time. It's a pretty good Shine Spark puzzle. It's a skill check, but at the same time, it's not like super exhausting. So some of the Metroid Zero Mission Shine Spark checks for items are some of the nastiest stuff you can find in a video game, I think. Oh, okay, that was there the whole time. That's kind of cool. Interesting. Right, what am I thinking? That is literally the path that I never go in on the original. Just curious. Let's see. Right. Honestly, if there's one thing that I realized that makes me kind of sad, I only realized that playing this game, like just now, is that because of how power bombs are handled as like an upgrade, there's not really as much mystique to seeing a yellow door in a Metroid game now, because now it's just like, whenever you see it, it's just going to be like, oh, power bombs are going to be an end game item. Because power bombs are kind of just, for the most part, they're relegated to being an end game item now, which kind of bums me out, but I don't know how to describe it, but okay, so no, honestly, I don't really care to adventure around here. There's probably stuff I'm missing, but at the same time, I'm not really hurting too much to find it. Let's see. I can figure out what those things are, though. Okay, they still hurt you. It might be an ice beam block, but that would be really weird, because ice beam has to be the final beam upgrade. Oh, I think I don't see you. Yeah, this takes back to that other room, right? No, this actually is a different area. Rooms like this I don't trust. There has to be something else in here, right? Yeah, okay. I do like how this game doesn't do this kind of thing very often. Like, the game still lets you use your things a fair amount. It's not quite as artificial as Samus Returns sometimes feels. Another? And another one of these. I have to get something that resolves this, I think. Like, soon. This looks like a boss room, but... Ooh, okay. I wonder if that's the last energy tank in the game. I wonder. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's any sort of charge beam combos like in the original Super Metroid. I guess I'm just gonna leave that be, because there's clearly something else I'm missing. Like, there's that one thing that goes up to that one little area in the middle there. I can't do anything with that yet, so... I wonder if this is something for, like... I really don't want this to be the case, but I'm pretty sure this might be, like, a mechanic that is resolved by the Baby Metroid. I'm really hoping not. Like, I saw in the extras that there's some setting that lets you have the baby Metroid from the start of the game. I'm hoping that this isn't a Super Metroid-esque thing like that. Let's see. The fuck you go? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? It's occurring to me that I didn't fully explore that middle part. Playing around GBA music editing. Ooh, is as bad of a... Are you having as hard of a time with the sound chip as I would imagine? I mean, you know, GBA, you know, songs notoriously don't really sound that good on the system usually. There's some games that pull it off, but like, ugh. Love the, like I'm a big fan of like the World Bowser, like, fart theme from like, what is it? Super Mario Advance 2. Iconic. Oh yeah, I always forget about the fact that that game had like a port to the Game Boy Advance. Like, it's... For all intents and purposes, it's pretty impressive. I guess that might have been before they bought... I don't know if that was before they bought the rights to Mexican Flyer. I don't really know the whole story. Like, I know they eventually bought the rights to it, but it's so weird that they just had, like, a bootleg theme for it, like... I almost forgot about that part. Honestly, the Game Boy Advance does have some pretty... I am sometimes impressed by the things that it did do. Like, I am constantly kind of fascinated whenever I remember that it used to, like, they used to like put like full ass episodes of like Pokemon and Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob on it. Like, that's no, by all intents and purposes, nowhere near the best way to watch that. But it's impressive that they were like toying around with stuff like that back in the day. I used to want the Fairly Odd Parents one back when I was a kid. Probably roughly around here. My thanks to these annoying ass fish for kind of messing with my calibration, but something like this. First try, nice. Really? Okay then. So whatever I get in here has to resolve my exit. Well, either that or the... Technically, I can't escape this. It's just annoying. I'm not really sure it'll let me choose the way ahead if I do get around it that way. This can't be the right way to go, but I'm just... It is definitely a way you can escape this area. Whether it's the right way, I'm not really sure. Oh, I don't know what to do now. I'm kind of at an impasse. That's annoying. There's something here that definitely had one of those balls. Maybe I should try doing that? I wasn't expecting to actually be confused as to where to go, but... I figured it wouldn't be as easy as going around like that. But like, where am I going then? The only thing I think could possibly be the option would just be this room. Cause like I don't know, this room reeks of like something. It's got like turrets on the wall, like it's giving like Dragon. Oh. Never mind. Okay. I was thinking you probably got the ice beam at the final area, but that was my bad. Okay. And this is a boss room. Oh hey, it's that thing. This bitch. Honestly, I'm realizing something with this boss. Despite the fact that this game has a bigger resolution for a lot of its things, for a lot of its like bosses and everything than any Metroid game before it has, I don't think this game makes very good use of screen space. Like, I think that's my biggest issue with this. Like, this boss is very annoying to, like, find, even though the screen is so big. I don't really know how to articulate it, because, like, I'm not necessarily like the most learned in these kinds of things, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like, I'm kind of having to fire blindly because I genuinely don't. Because, like, this boss is also in Metroid Fusion, and Metroid Fusion manages to do it a lot better with just everything. I don't know. Like I said, this game does kind of feel like Flash game core sometimes, including, like, just, like, not really understanding how, like, things fit on a screen. Oh, thank God. the problem is it's not even ultra wide. The boss arena is also too tall to really read what the boss is doing either. So like it's got a lot of issues with that as well. Like this has that one like kind of ball boss, or like the round boss you fight kind of has this similar problem but with a vertical room instead, where it's just like, this is hard but not for the reason I feel like it should be hard. It's hard because I simply can't see the boss or what it's doing. Like you mentioned the zoom out. Samus Returns, for all the things I gripe about it, it does do that for certain bosses, and it definitely sorely needs it. And it definitely benefits well from having the zoom out in certain points. There may be one or... there might be. Honestly, I'm not even really sure if those things even like held any like progression item or like upgrade items behind them. Let's see, I'm getting pretty close to the end. Oh, it's that same shaft I went up. Let's see. I have to say, it feels very weird to me that I've reached a point where the lava doesn't even hurt me now, because now it's just like the roadblocks feel strange. Perish. I'm hoping the Omega Metroids fight the same way they do in Metroid Fusion. Yeah, yeah, like you mentioned, like that, like some like Metroid Zero Mission also does use acid, and like when you come back to Turian, just to explain the fact that you know, naturally, Samus wouldn't be able to defend against that. Well, heck, even Super Metroid does that. Oh, rip these guys. How the hell did these guys get down here? Jeez, okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm instantly hating the fact that you can't hit it with the Ice Beam. I think there's nothing I hate more in this game than that. Come on, it's the Ice Beam. At least give me something I can have fun with. I guess it's not that hard when you do that, but like, damn, I'm actually really sad about that because I was so hoping that it was gonna take the fun route and let you attack it just like you do in Fusion. Some of these areas look so suspicious. I don't even know if there's anything inside. Let's see. I do like that these parts are a little bit more narrow than the original. It gives a feeling like you're kind of like going through like a place that you probably it's not very safe. Okay. Well done. I think I simply just skipped parts that could be skipped for free, but... There's a metroid in here, isn't there? I don't necessarily get headaches from playing things for too long, but if I do play something like, you know, like Puyo Puyo too much... Puyo Puyo is the worst one, I think, but... I wonder... These things are so annoying, and I do not mean this in a good way. These things are just horrible. Like, I'm starting to get to that point where I'm realizing, you know, sometimes people just remake things without realizing that they're removing all the intricacies of what made the original good in the first place. And I'm really strongly feeling that right here. Like, what if we took the back spot, the weakness that is supposed to be exploited, and just made it practically impossible to hit? Like, I don't know. Like, I think the thing that's nice is that Metroid 2 doesn't treat the Metroids as their full bosses. Because having 47 bosses in a game, or even like 40 or... Like, yeah, like kind of like that. They feel over-designed because, like, they're not supposed to be full bosses. They're supposed to be just a general obstacle that kind of chips away at you. Like, I feel like this game just doesn't really do that. Like, it gives you, like, this game just... I feel like I'm gonna have, like, mixed opinions of this game when I finish it. But I feel like this game just doesn't handle its space well. It doesn't handle its bosses well. Especially compared to Metroid Return, or, like Return of Samus, which handles... For being such a supposedly cramped game, it handles its screen space surprisingly well. And I'm not really feeling that here. Like, there's very few levels, there's very few times in Samus Return of Samus where I feel like, man, this screen is too small, or even I feel like this screen is too big. Like, and here I kind of feel like everything is too big. I pretty much can't dodge that thing over here. I just kind of have to sit here and get fucked. Like, that's not fun. Are you satisfied? Annoying. The fusion like the Metroid fusion is a little bit of a pushover, but I had this thing where you could actually push it back, like, and here that is desperately needed, like, but I'm not really feeling that. I kind of have to sit here and get bullied by it, and it feels like there's not much I can do. I may have a problem with making sweeping statements and maybe not being correct, but like it genuinely feels like you just kind of get bullied by it and there's not much you can do. Yeah, I'm not fighting this one yet. Oh, okay, thank God. But I also do miss the fact that you could actually use the ice beam in Metroid in the Metroid Fusion one. Like that's one of the most fun parts of that game is actually like getting to use this cool weapon that's actually canonically the Metroid's weakness to actually take it down. Here it's just like it doesn't do anything, and like that's fine in Metroid 2 where it's not really supposed to, but this is fun. Okay, thank God. I think its weakness still does extra damage, but... The thing is, I've tried Morph Balling under it, and if you can, it's definitely not really worth trying. Or, because it definitely seems extremely finicky for when you can do it. Entirely off topic, but I keep thinking about playing the Pokemon card game. I recently downloaded the app, and I hate to say it, but I'm kind of enjoying it. Yeah, it does not seem like you can Morph Ball under this thing. Which, honestly, like, if I could get away from it, like, that would be fine. But that's just... You might be able to when it's, like, doing that fire thing. But even then, like... Nope. Yeah, this boss design sucks, honestly. I hate how it's like, well, I hate how its weakness is like the most iconic part of its design. Or both of its weaknesses, I think, and I don't know. This game starts off very strong, but I'm not really feeling it at the end. But also, yeah, I quickly realized with like the playing online that like you need like 4 good legendary Pokemon, or at least like 3 or 4 good legendary Pokemon with high HP, and then you need like a ton of cards that get other cards into your deck, like. I'm not really... It kind of bothers me because it feels like games are very volatile because of it. Like, games are volatile based on whether you... Number one, whether you get a legendary onto the front of your hand very quick, and number 2, whether you get enough trainer cards to, like, feel that legendary. So it feels kind of luck dependent, but... Oh yeah, relying on one card is a death sentence too. It's like I got this deck that its entire thing is based on like building up like a Melmetal to have like 4 energy and like sweep most of the enemy team, but it's only 1 Melmetal and it needs to evolve. You need to find the evolution card, which means it could just be flat out just in your prize cards, never to be seen. And you also have like no other backup support for it that's actually like super good. A lot of the cards aren't ready to take on the legendaries that you'll be assaulted with 3 turns into the game. So I've recently had to like take to actually like figuring out how to remedy that by like making a deck that actually works in what the actual current meta of the game seems to be. Which is fun, honestly, because I had a friend visit and I played a card game with them, and it was not. It was like. It wasn't like Pokemon or anything, but it was pretty fun, honestly. Honestly, I think above all else, with this though, I'm kind of missing the feeling of danger and like loneliness. Like there's lots of enemies, there's lots of light, and even when there's not light, it just doesn't feel dangerous. See, I usually don't like strategy PvP, but like because I have a hard time building things, but if I am put into a situation where I can look at the things I do have, I would like to act like I can generally make good decisions with them. Like there's some times where I look where I actually feel a bit proud that I have used the cards in my hand in a way that seems unconventional. Like, oh, I could have just died, but instead of using that, I used my swap card to swap out to another Pokemon that deprives them of killing me, keeps my Pokemon in play that was damaged. I can attack with the new Pokemon, and, you know, they don't get prize cards from killing me. Like I feel proud when I do stuff like that, but when it comes to, like, building a deck that actually has good synergy with itself, I can kind of find myself struggling. The thing I like about the original is, in this section in the original, if it's your first time playing, I genuinely felt like you would get jump scared by the ending. By somewhere in that, like, hallway with the water. Like, I was genuinely kind of hoping that would be the case. Or I was kind of expecting that was going to be the case. And I think that's what makes the ending sequence of the original so notable, because like you see that there's only one Metroid left. Like, you know that something has to be coming, but you just don't know when. And that's what makes it so unsettling, but also what makes it hit so good, because just it feels lonely and uncomfortable, and it's like, wow, I really hope I'm gonna have enough resources to fight whatever I'm handling, but okay, I'm not bothering going down there. I've already saved pretty recently. Wait. I want to double check something really quick. Okay, interesting. So the game actually starts off with 47 Metroids on the number, and at first I thought it was because like they were revealing the Metroids from this area at the very start, but I guess they actually just added the 8 new Metroids for that water area. Let's just go. While I'm here, I do want to actually double check. Yeah, this game does have very much kind of the same. It has a similar but different vibe to Samus Returns, where it was like a lot of ideas, but a lot of them don't need to be there, and a lot of them don't necessarily get a lot of love. And it's not necessarily, like, to be fair, it's not necessarily a thing that's only done by fan gamers, because Metroid, I will say one of my biggest flaws, one of my biggest criticisms of the Metroid series is they don't know how to handle power bombs as an item, for the most part. I say for the most part because the Prime games handle them pretty well, but for the most part, like in Metroid Dread and Metroid Zero Mission, Metroid Fusion, they're just that item that you use to get more of itself, and also sometimes use as a scan button. But even then, Metroid... But even then, like, Metroid, like... What am I saying? Metroid Dread adds a scan feature, so it's just like, well, what's the point then? Like, what's the point of having these things? Medicine? What is that? I don't know, I think power bombs being a victory lap might still be better than the treatment they get where they just don't matter, pretty much. Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? I'm probably going to want to save my missiles, so... Yeah, that's the thing I don't like about power bombs, is that, like, it's the fact that power bombs are so useless combined with the fact that the game is always, like, nudging you to go, like, ooh, you're gonna get power bombs later. And it's just like, wow, that would mean something if the game wasn't so notoriously bad about having power bombs just genuinely not meaning anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would be excited to see a yellow door early on in the game if I knew that the power bomb wasn't just gonna be something I get at the end, and that door is just gonna get me to another power bomb expansion and nothing else. Anyways, I'm giving too much, like, criticism for now, perhaps, but it's something that's on my mind a lot that is always relevant to... It's kind of relevant to how I'm feeling about this in general. Oh, lovely. certainly more tanky. I'm not really sure how to do the weak spot thing. What is this? What is this? No, that's annoying. Oh, come on. Come on. Die. I do like that level design thing. Very funny. Damn. That's what I'm saying, like, the screen real estate in this game is just horrendous, and I'm glad that, like, this isn't just me being, like, stuck up about it. Like, it genuinely is kind of a problem. Was kind of crazy because the screen real estate in the screen real estate in the original version is actually pretty good. Like for being a Game Boy game, I think that like Metroid 2 has some of the best like screen space management. Oh no. Okay. You know, I don't remember those. I don't remember that those eyes being there the first time. Hold up, I'm gonna check a couple messages that are sent to me. Because I think I'm gonna be busy with this for a little bit. Okay. It's not the worst, it's just annoying. It's one of those things where it's like, I definitely sure already did it, but I guess here I am having to prove that again. I'm going to save some of my super missiles, because I handled them really poorly last time. That, in also... Like, part of me, I wasted some energy, like, trying to see, like, if I could actually do the trick. Or if there was a way to do it, but... I could probably go into that last phase with, like... Probably, like, 4 energy tanks, if not more. see. Oh, this is lovely. How long does this go? Hello? Oh, I don't know if I have enough super missiles for this, which is crazy because I have like 82%. %83. I have 215 missiles. Oh god, this is looking annoying. Yeah, this is bad, I think. It's one of those things where I'm playing it as good as I possibly can for having only played it, like, 3 times. I'm doing all the right things, but it's just, like, an endurance test that doesn't simply do any... It's just an endurance thing. I'm not really fond of that. I'll try, but I think I've tried shooting them before. Like, if they can't be screw attacked, I don't even know if they can be shot, honestly. You know what I mean? Get super nerd. I just come to the conclusion that what if you could just like rotate a metroid midair like that video of the guy like taming the shark? Like, it's probably that simple, right? Like, I personally do not think that a Metroid would be smart enough to just handle being rotated. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes it a bit better. But I don't think it makes this boss not suck. If anything, I think it makes it suck more because suddenly there's no threat left. This thing can't possibly hurt me enough to like actually kill me now. It's one of those things where it's fun, I guess, but I do think that there's something funny about the fact that because I just kind of naturally assumed it'd be identical to like the original in every way. I just simply didn't think about firing at these. But it will make these next parts a lot easier, at least. The thing I like about the original is that it very much had like a, like you could never lose to the Metroid Queen, but the whole thing with it was just that like it instead of it being like a war of attrition like that, it more had like a kind of licking your wounds feel. Like, okay, you have to go away and kind of admit defeat, which is embarrassing in its own way, and that offered kind of a thing where sometimes you may just not want to do that, because sometimes you might just want to beat the whole thing in one go. And this doesn't really have that same feel to it. Yeah, it's funny because I'm pretty sure you could probably find some sort of... I think it's so funny that even, like, all the stuff that Nintendo would do would also just be, like, pulled from, like, you know, like, samples and stuff from, like, back in the day. Like, it's weird to me to think that, like, Nintendo wouldn't necessarily make their own music samples. Oh. Like, it... Well, you weren't wrong. It's funny because you could. It's funny because you could just sit there and spam missiles into its mouth, but I think it is. I think it is cool that they let you still do that, but it's a shame you can't do that as like a cool trick. It might as well just be a fatality. This is also a problem. What does that log say, though? Okay. The baby. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, it definitely doesn't seem, you know, like that would be incorrect of an assumption, honestly. Look at him go, though. Oh. They've been very efficient in making a little pathway for me. That's cute. The one thing I do like about this version, though, is that the top corner. I love how they actually keep the fact that there is one baby Metroid now, or there is one Metroid. I can't remember if they do that in Samus Returns. Wait, I can't help but be curious. Okay. Yippee! The thing isn't just relegated to being a backtracking thing. That alone bumps up the game like an extra point in my view, honestly. Okay. Yippee! I did it. I beat another Metroid 2 remake. Which is actually true, because this is the second Metroid 2 remake I've beaten. I'm not a fan of this sound font, though. White Woman Gaming. Okay, I guess there's not much I can say that I didn't say here or already in the last couple hours. Good remake. It does a good job at some things. It starts off very strong. It recreates a lot of the areas faithfully. It just feels like sometimes it loses itself. It kind of delves into non-Metroid gameplay. Near the water area, it feels like it forgets that it's Metroid 2. And the game just, I don't know, I feel like in trying to modernize some of the gameplay, it loses a lot of nuance that the original game had with the boss design. Which honestly is a shame, because I think that the boss design in Metroid 2 is actually pretty interesting. So like I give it like a, if I'm being nice, a 7. I would say if I'm being honest, I would say it's like a 6. But it's a cute image. I think the main thing I'm trying to say is that Zero Mission is good, but if you're making a remake of a game...
The last metroid is in captivity.
Excuse me, ma'am, I was trying to speak. Okay. I guess the thing that I'm trying to say is that while Metroid Zero Mission is a good game, and it's a good remake, not everything needs to be Zero Mission. And like, even Samus Returns proves this to be the case, where it's a remake, but it's not trying to be Zero Mission. This game is very much trying to be Zero Mission because it's the only thing that this game really knows how to be. And I feel like that is both a strength and a flaw for the design. I'm probably being too harsh on it because this is a fan-made game. For being a fan-made game, it is very impressive. But, you know, I'm also very picky on Metroid 2. Anyways, I'll split the difference and give it a 6.5. Worth playing once, but I wouldn't necessarily find myself playing again. Let's see if there's any extras, and I'll end the stream. I kind of want to see what the Baby Metroid does. Like I'm gonna probably end the stream in a few. So, but thank you for stopping by, Funky Goat. But yeah, like the Game Boy game was, dare I say, even though it does feel a bit dated in some ways, it doesn't really need fixing as much as the original Metroid did. This is also a problem that's going to end up plaguing, you know, whatever happens with Super Metroid, because they're going to have a hard time improving Super Metroid. Like, there's genuinely nothing that really needs to be fixed with it. Okay. The Baby Metroid doesn't really do anything, it's just for flavor. At least I'm pretty sure. I guess it must be nice to have a little buddy for you when you're speedrunning, but... But yeah, like, that's pretty much my thing. Is it a good game to play? I would say, after you played the original, yes. But I don't really think that... I don't think that this is a replacement for it. I mean, I would say I don't even think that Zero Mission is a replacement for the original Metroid. But even then, like, it offers something different. And that's kind of the way I feel about this, but I feel much more strongly about 2 than I do about this game. So, Either way, it was a fun play, but I think I'll end the stream here. But yeah, thank y'all for hanging out. I may take tomorrow off, I'm not 100% sure. I don't really have any major plans. I could play more Metroid 2, but I'm not really sure. I'm kind of in this place where I don't really know what I'm doing with my streams right now. With Jugger, I'm not really, like, he's busy. He's went to that convention, and I don't really know what to do. I could do the Pizza Tower update, but maybe not in the course of one day. I might wait for that for next week. We'll see. But anyways, whether I stream or not tomorrow, thank you all for hanging out today, and I'll see y'all around. Good night. Also, don't forget to join my Discord and my profile, I think, if you want to be pinged when I'm streaming. Bye! I get a little advertising. Bye.